Hi everyone, welcome to the September edition of the Yggdrasil Roadshow. I'll be your host today, Sebastian Belton, and I look forward to showcasing what we have coming up. Let's jump straight into the upcoming roadmap. Looking ahead to October, some of our key releases that we're looking forward to: Vampire Riches Double Max on the 12th of October, really big one. We're really excited about this for Halloween period, as well as 3 Lucky Witches. Wild Stack Frenzy at the end there as well. We got some great games coming out in October, as well as November. We have the Hall of Horrors promotion to look forward to, as well as some other big releases you can see there in the November period. Moving on, let's look at the Yggdrasil Legends promotion from the 1st of September to the 24th. It's a 100k prize drop, a really big promotion. We're looking forward to it. Biggest payout of 10k, and as you can see, some of the best games we have in our roster: Valley of the Gods, Vikings Go Berserk, Golden Fish Tank, Casino Zeppelin Reloaded, Multifly. Some of our biggest releases, sure to be a really good promotion and very advantageous for customers that are into all of our big releases. So look forward to that. So on the panel here, we have myself, obviously, looking at Gigagong Gigablocks from our own studio. So look, that's coming up, as well as Yann Bautista from Peter & Sons. We'll be taking a look at Peter Hunter, a very interesting slot. So definitely look forward to that. And finally, Mark Crocker from Real Play, looking at 10k Ways. This one's a Hercules game, really high production value. So that's all to look forward to and coming up. Let's get straight into it with the Gigagong Gigablocks game. Welcome everyone to Gigagong Gigablocks, our upcoming release for September from the Yggdrasil Studios. First thing to note, as you can see here, the gong's going straight off. This is the main USP of the slot. Every time these gongs appear, they will pay out a multiplier on your base stake. In this case, we're playing at €2. So every time you get a random, every spin, the multiplier is randomized, and these are applied to the gongs. Consecutive gong wins on the reel will result in an increase by one number per win. So if you get 2 gongs on the reel, and the initial multiplier is 3, the first one will pay out a 3x multiplier, and the second one will pay out a 4x multiplier. The other thing to note is obviously the Gigablocks are increased in size. They will pay out individually. So if you've got a 3x3, it's 9 gongs that will pay out individually. So we've now got onto the free spins. We got 6 symbols, which gives 10 free spins. Anything between 6 and 10 bonus symbols will result in 10 free spins, no matter which a number you get. Anything beyond 10 symbols, so 11, 12, 13, will pay out the corresponding free spins. You can see there, that is the expanding wild that we also have in the game. Anytime that appears on the reel, it will expand to the full size to pay out. This will also occur on Gigablocks as well. So the main difference between the base game and the free spins module is that the free spins will continue the multiplier from its value. It will not be reset, so the value will continue to grow throughout the duration of the free spins, providing potentially explosive wins if you're able to land those gongs during the free spins. Additionally, any bonus symbols, as you can see there, added to the reel will pay out the corresponding free spins to be able to prolong the free spin experience and give you like an increased chance of getting those higher end multipliers on the gongs. As you can see, a very simple game, very straightforward, no complexities. The USP for the gong is very simple and can pay out big money, so a lot of big potential for the customers that play this will play this game. Just a little bit about the game while we're discussing it. Obviously, while the reels play in the background, obviously you can tell it's an Asian themed slot. It's based on Japanese culture. We've kept it very simple though, and tried to be respectful of the origin work. And really, the correspondence of the Gigagong mechanic with the Gigablocks is really the main premise of the game. So hopefully you look to add this game to your roadmap and see the potential in it as much as I do. And just like to say thank you very much for watching. Thanks for joining us today, Yann. We're really excited about Peter Hunter, and thanks for taking the time to show it to us.
Thank you, Sebastian. It's a pleasure to meet you again. And,
yes, it's good to see you again.
To present Peter Hunter, our latest game.
Excellent. So without further ado, we can jump straight into the game, and you can tell us all about it and tell us what our customers are looking forward to hear for the game.
Well, okay, let's go for it then. So Peter Hunter, this is our latest game. It's gonna come out 5th globally, 5th of September, right? As you can imagine, this is a hunting themed game. Many people might wonder if the character Peter has something to do with Peter and Sons, if this is the founder of Peter and Sons. I can say that no, it's not. It's just another Peter. It's
right.
just another Peter, although it could be, but it's not. So about the game. So this is a high volatility game. The max payout of the game is 10,000x. It's a very interesting game because we haven't done a game like this before, because the main feature of the game, which is the hunting feature, where the character Peter here needs to hunt the high symbols. Actually, they become like instant pain symbols when the feature triggers. So as you can see during the base game, the panel, it's a 3x5, 5 wheels, 3 rows. That's during the base game. You have 20 pay lines. And well, you can get, as I said, you have 4 high symbols, 4 low symbols. You have the wild that substitutes for any other symbol. And then we have the bonus symbol, which is the target symbol, right? When during the base game, you can get like normal pay lines, wins on normal pay lines. And then when our bonus symbol appears on the panel, the feature triggers, the hunting feature triggers. And how does this work? Well, all high symbols, which are the animals, the duck, the fox, the elk, the bear, they become like hunting symbols. The way it works is that the symbols, starting with the lowest paying symbols, each of them, they have a multiplier attached to them. So you can see that, for example, the duck is like 0.2x, the fox is 0.4, then the elk is 1x, and the bear is 2x. The way it works is that they need to roam towards the target symbol. And on their way to the target symbol, they will leave multipliers on their way on the path, right? All these multipliers will stick to the panel until the last symbol has made its way to the target. And at the end, all those multipliers, they are added together. And that's the instant win, because at the end you can get, let's say, a 40x multiplier, and that is gonna be added to your bet amount. So let's say if your bet amount is €1, you will get €40 win. That's the way it works during the base game. Some stuff that needs to be highlighted is like, as I said, the way the animals goes to the target, it starts with the lowest paying symbols, but we may have overlapping. So if animals, for example, on their way to the target, they cross over a multiplier, those multipliers will sum together, right? This is during the base game. As you can see in the base game, you have a buy bonus feature. So you can buy, paying 100x, you can buy your way to the free spins game. Each time you trigger the hunting feature, you are going to collect a target on a placeholder on top of the grid. If you collect once, you have triggered the feature 7 times, that will trigger the free spins game. So let's go a little bit to the free spins game. As you can see, the free spins game, you get awarded 5 free spins to start. And as you can see, the free spins game is played on a bigger panel, 5x5. You have like all these different cells, boxes. And here is all about cash symbols. So the way it works is the same. I mean, basically it's the same as in the base game, but there is some differences that needs to be highlighted. You can see that you have like a power, like two let's say, like two symbols on the left of the grid, which is the accuracy symbol and the power symbol. So every time you trigger free spins, those might change. So if you have more accuracy, it means that you're going to hit the animals faster, because during the free spins game, you're able to shoot and hit the animals on their way to the target. And also the animals, they will roam freely. So when you shoot them, they can try to escape. In that case, the trace, let's say, of multipliers to the target can become longer, which is good. A part of that, you can see that you have like a global multiplier holder at the left of the grid. That means that when you are shooting the animals, that global multiplier starts with 2x. So every time you shoot an animal, that multiplier is going to be applied to the existing multiplier in the path, right? Also, if you shoot 3 times and you manage to hit the animal 3 times, the multiplier is going to increase for the next spin. Something also that is interesting here is that you can get extra free spins during this mode. So the free spin session can become quite long. And that's basically it. This is the game.
Perfect. Great. Thanks very much for that, Yann. That was a very comprehensive outline of the game. I'm a huge fan of Peter Hunter myself, as I've spent some time looking over it and showcasing it to all our lovely customers. And I must say the theme and the dynamic of the free spins is really, really entertaining, and it's something that I haven't seen really anywhere else in the industry. So congratulations on a really very well made slot game. Just a few questions, if I may. Just if you could talk a little bit about the thematic itself and the developmental background, like how you came to make the game, what gave you the idea and the inspiration for Peter Hunter?
Well, it's normally, as I explained other times, I mean, we give the artist pretty much freedom to decide the theme, what he wants to do. Normally we start with the mechanic of the game, inspired probably in many other games that are out there, and we decide, okay, let's work around this mechanic. So we do it, but there is different iterations during the development process. For this specific mechanic, the artist decided to do this theme, and when we saw it, it was like, oh, this is interesting, can be pretty cool. It could have fit, I mean, many other things I can think about, but this time, I mean, if the artist felt for doing this, I mean, we're not going to cut him off, right? So let him do it, and I think it came out pretty well, actually.
Absolutely. More than well. It's very, very good. Great. That's excellent information. Thank you for that. The next thing would be, obviously the mechanics themselves are very authentic. There's nothing really else like it on the market, and I think that's what makes it one of the most interesting upcoming slots. Did you pull your inspiration from anywhere specific, or it was just something that you guys came up in as a new USP for the slot?
Yeah, I think that initially the mechanic was more static, but of course, when we saw the theme, we had to do different iterations to give it some kind of freedom, let's say, to make it a little bit more random. So you really felt like the animals had a chance to escape. And that's how these improvements came. The original mechanic, as I said, it was more simple. But we did different iterations and we ended up with this mechanic, but it was all adapted to the theme.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, that's really great information for our customers. So thank you for sharing. Just before we sign off for the day, one last question. Just what would you say if you had to summarize bullet points on what kind of customer is this game aimed at? Like, what would you say is the main selling points of this game that you want to put forward to our clients?
Well, at the end, this is a high volatility game. So, and the max payout of the game is 10,000, as you could see. So I think it appeals at the end to certain type of players. Of course, players that are used and that likes Peter and Sons games, and especially players that want to try something a little bit different because it has a more casual look and more casual gameplay as well. It feels more like a traditional game, let's say, that you can find in the App Store, right? A casual game. At the end, what the player is looking for is the free spin session. because that's where you can get like, it's a little bit like a double max with the multipliers. You can really go for the big wins, and because you have the triggering of free spins, you can really make the free spin session pretty long and get a good cash there.
Perfect. That sounds very exciting, Yann. So I think we're all very excited for the game and look forward to its launch in the near future. So once again, thank you for taking the time to join us on our roadshow, and I look forward to the next Peter & Son games in the near future.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. We're here with Mark Crocker from Real Play, and we're going to be looking at Hercules 10K Ways today, another 10K Ways game, very popular with our customer. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're doing well.
Doing well, doing very well. Nice to be here again in the roadshow, and yeah, it's going to be fun to talk about this one.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. So let's get straight into it and look at the game then.
Cool. So I'm introducing Hercules 10K Ways today. Real Play has been heavily focused on growing our 10K Ways brand, and we really are looking for avenues to continue to offer players something new and exciting. So yeah, we've really, what we wanted to do is bring the story of Hercules, which everybody's more or less familiar with, and the 12 labors that he goes through. And what we've focused on with Hercules 10K Ways, as you can see, is a lot on making this game really epic with our visuals. So the 10K Ways mechanic, which for those who may be familiar or may not be familiar with it, it's a 6x4 reels with a horizontal reel at the top of the screen. There's 10,000 payways, hence the 10K Ways name. Hercules itself has 12 symbols with 10 regular paying symbols and a wild in Hercules, and then we've got a bonus trigger symbol which is a golden apple. What we like to do as well with the game and the reels, as you can see, is that there's a mixture of stacked symbols and single symbols, and that just gives us a nice sort of cadence of wins and a nice balance. And the game as well, any winning combinations, symbols will explode, new symbols will cascade down, so you get some nice multi-phase wins in the base game, and yeah, it just keeps the player really engaged, and you get some really nice wins up in the base game with the 4000x kind of max win here. As you can see, I mentioned about the epic nature, and we focused a lot on sort of larger than life graphics. The game is set on Mount Olympus. We've got some really cool animating symbols which are happening all throughout the game. So there's a boar, a lion, Cerberus the three-headed dog, and Hydra the three-headed dragon, which are all on screen and bringing the game to life, as well as Hercules, the protagonist himself. So and as well, you can possibly hear the soundtrack as well as epic. So everything is just animations, visuals, soundtrack. We're trying to keep that really engaging as we go. You can get some nice big wins, as you can see on the screen as well. We've got Hercules sort of appearing whenever that happens. But really what we're hoping to get the players into is playing this feature. We call it the Hercules Battle Spins feature. And we tried to make this feature sort of brought the hit rate down so the players are experiencing this feature more frequently and able to sort of play through the game and try to get to the end of this feature. So it's a little bit in depth, but I'll try and cover as much as I can while we're watching the feature play on screen. So 5 or more golden apples will trigger the feature. Each golden apple has a prize on that's awarded when the feature starts, and as well it adds a life point to Hercules' health bar. So you have Hercules on the right of the screen and his adversary or a beast on the left-hand side of the screen. You get off 3 battle spin rounds, so you get 3 spins, and you're basically looking for Hercules symbols on the screen. Every time you land one of those, and you may also land a beast symbol. At the end of the 3 spins, they duke it out. They have a battle. You're awarded a prize for every Hercules symbol that appears, and you also inflict damage on your beast opponent, and he in turn inflicts damage on you. Hopefully you're not landing too many of those beast symbols, and you're able to level up to the next level. So it's kind of cool. You go through the boar, and then the Hydra. Excuse me. Go through Hydra, you go to Cerberus, and then the last one's the Lion. So you're really trying to get as far as you can in the feature, and that's kind of where the fun is. Like you're trying to see if you can make it to the end of the feature. Any sort of Hercules symbols that land are going to give you that chance, and as well at the if you do win, there's bonus prizes that can be awarded. So that can appear as well on the symbols. You can get mini prizes up to grand prizes, which range between 10 times to 2,000 times your bet. And if you defeat the Lion at the end and win, you also get this grand jackpot at the end, this grand bonus, I should say, at the end. If the beast defeats you and there's some Hercules symbols remaining on the screen as well, you do get awarded prizes for that. And any of the Hercules symbols that land at the end of bonus rounds, so battle rounds, will also add life points back to you. So it's kind of a fun game where you're battling it out. I think, like, when in the old days when we all grew up playing Street Fighter and games like that where you're duking it out, that's what it's about. So we're really excited about that feature mechanic, and we're excited that this is going to be available on Usual's platform in September. Like we think it will be something that players will want to come back and play again and again, trying to get through this feature. So yeah.
Great, thanks for that, Mark. That was a very comprehensive outlook of the game. I'd just like to say, obviously, I've looked at it myself and played it many times, and had a really great experience with it. The takeaway for me was definitely one of the, if not the best looking 10K Ways game that you've put together. The theme as well is a very strong one, and I think in correlation with not just the theme but the graphics and the actual mechanic itself, especially obviously in the bonus round specifically, with the that battling between the enemy and the main character is a very popular feature that I've seen on some other games as well, and I think it will do very, very well across certainly across all European markets. We've already had some good feedback on it. So yeah, I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions, just relating to the game, and see what you think would give some insight to our customers. So what made you choose this theme, and how was the development for this game? Just give us a quick overview of it.
Yeah, I guess sometimes when we start a game, we may start with a function or a mathematics thing that we want to see built in the game, but and sometimes on the other side of the coin, we start with the art. And this one, there were some concepts thrown together from one of our artists, and we just loved the what we were seeing with the visuals, and we liked the theme. It was a theme that we haven't really done before. Obviously, like we've done Greek gods, but not Hercules. And so once we saw the visuals, we were all in on that and really backed it. And then we started thinking about what mechanics we could do to actually bring that theme to life, the characters to life. So all that happened as a secondary thing. And yeah, all of us are pretty excited about this within the office. So we were all throwing ideas out about how we could make it cooler, how we could get things animating, and the battle feature came out of that discussion. It'd be like, wouldn't it be cool if you actually could take on these creatures in the game, and we could actually play through that and share that experience with all players. So yeah, that's how we started, and that's how we developed it, and eventually got there. And I think produced, as you mentioned, one of our best looking 10K Way games, definitely.
Excellent. Yeah, that's really insightful, and I think really interesting for our clients to see why you decided to do that. Obviously, it's a massive upgrade on the graphics as well. Hopefully, you guys will be continuing to do that with the future 10K Way games. I think a lot of our customers would really love to see that. If we can quickly just touch on some of the other elements, like the math model and the volatility. Overall, just give us an insight of the type of experience that customers will expect to have when they're playing this game.
Yep. So players were hoping we're starting to get familiar with the 10K Ways mechanic as well, and we're looking to innovate in terms of what feature offering we have. I mentioned, as we sort of started the conversation, that we've brought the feature hit rate down, so we're about 1 in 130 in this. We want to give players a good chance to see this in a session, and also a good chance to keep hitting it if they can. The main hit rate for the overall game is also about 1 in 4. So there's still plenty of action that happens in the base game, and we've got sort of a max base game win of 4,000x, and once you get to the feature, that goes up to about 6,000x. So yeah, there's plenty of meat in that feature. But I guess it's like a medium to high volatility, because we sort of balance that out with the wins that you're getting in both the base game and in that feature. So yeah, players can enjoy that balance between not just waiting only for the feature. There's still some really chunky wins in the base game for them.
Excellent. Great. That's perfect. That's some great news as well. I think that's a good medium to high volatility. It's about the right area, and it's really good that that has a low level entry to the bonus round as well, because I think really that for me is one of the biggest factors of the game. I think it's probably the most important factor of the game as far as I'm concerned when I played it. So it's really good to hear that customers will have a really good access to that at an early stage. Okay, and I'll just one last question before we close this off for the day. Just wanted to ask what you think the biggest key selling points for the slot are, and for our clients that are watching, what do you say about the slot makes it stand out, and what will our customers expect when they're playing it?
Well, I think this is one where I think players that really do like the production quality in games. I know there's a vast range of slot games that people play out, even ourselves, but we're very proud always of the production quality we have. But this one is, even for us, is really hitting the heights. So I think that's one thing. People that like the idea of these features that can go through multiple levels and phased, and your win potentials are growing. But also there's that slight bit of that other side of it where Hercules could potentially lose. It makes it entertaining, really, as well, because your challenge is to get through that. And we're hoping it appeals to a wide demographic. People that enjoy any sort of fighting games potentially might like this as well, or just the general mythology, and also players that know, that sort of familiar with Ways games out there. Obviously they're a big thing, but the 10K's Ways games have been very successful, and I think that's also something that a lot of the players out there are getting used to and want to come back for. So yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks very much for that, Mark, and I very much appreciate your time taking away from your busy schedule to come and spend time here at the Yggdrasil Roadshow. So thanks once again, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers, Sebastian. Nice talking to you, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care.
Cheers.